Olá pessoal, boa tarde, tudo bem? Sejam bem-vindos ao meu canal de Genshin Impact. Eu me chamo Patrulheiro X, vocês canal do Patrulheiro. E hoje, pessoal, estarei fazendo a segunda parte da missão da Escoffier aqui. É chamado Preciosidade Sublime, que é o nome da missão dela, que é a missão lendária aqui da Escoffier, né? Aí a gente vai continuar a história aqui, que a gente parou num diálogo que a Nava falou pra gente, aí tinha acabado o último vídeo, né? Aí esse aqui que é o segundo vídeo da segunda parte da missão, que eu acho que essa missão provavelmente só vai ter duas partes, não acredito que seja tão longa, né? Porque as missões lendárias de personagem não duram mais que 1 hora e pouca, né? Então provavelmente aqui é a segunda parte, aqui talvez o final da missão também, né? Aí a gente vai continuar o diálogo aqui com a Escoffier respondendo pra Nava, né? Que ela vai lá e responde aí. Que a Escoffier é a nova personagem do banner que chegou da versão 5.6, né? Aí eu praticamente gravei anteriormente uma live atirando e já pegando ela na própria conta, né? Mas enfim, a Escoffier é essa personagem, que ela é cozinheira. É, cozinheira não, na verdade que ela é... Ah, esqueci o nome que chama, aquela pessoa que trabalha com doce. É tipo, é confeiteiro que chama, acabei de lembrar. Ela é uma confeiteira. Eu acho que ela tá mais pra confeiteira do que pra cozinheira, né? Mas enfim, ela trabalha na área de culinária aí, enfim. Vamos lá continuar a historinha aqui. Então, antes da gente clicar aqui para continuar a história, eu só pedir para vocês se inscreverem no canal, curtir, compartilhar e também ativar o sininho para ver se o sino está ativado, né? Para poder continuar acompanhando aqui o meu canal, que a gente bateu já a meta de mais 745 inscritos, né? Aí meu foco é conseguir pegar 800 inscritos, né? Aí vocês puderem me ajudar a compartilhar com seus amigos esse vídeo aqui, tanto esse vídeo quanto o anterior também que eu acabei fazendo, né? Que eu tô sempre gravando vídeo pelo período da tarde aqui no meu canal. Eu tô sempre trazendo esses vídeos aqui de missão lendária e também de eventos, né? Aí eu vou estar trazendo a continuação aqui da missão lendária da Escoffier. Tá bom, pessoal? Vamos lá continuar a historinha? Eu vou cortar meu microfone aqui para começar o diálogo aqui dela, tá bom? Vamos lá, eu espero que vocês gostem do vídeo, né? Curte também, compartilhe, poder me ajudar a monetizar. Não só monetizar, sim. Não falo monetizar, mas assim é só divulgar mesmo o canal. Poder alcançar a meta dos 800 inscritos, né? Que a gente já tá bem perto, né? Pelo menos já bate essa meta. Que é o famoso 800 inscritos. Mas é isso aí, deixa eu lá. Muito obrigado por todo o apoio, pessoal. Falou aí, até daqui a pouco. Se precisar de alguma coisa pra eu acabar falando aqui do diálogo, né? Se precisar de eu acabar interagindo com vocês, se o jogo pedir pra interagir, eu interajo. Aí se a gente partir pra algum tipo de batalha e ter que mostrar também o Escoffier do teste, eu vou acabar mostrando. Que geralmente essas missões aqui lendária, o próprio jogo dá pra gente o personagem pra gente poder testar, no caso, né? Mas enfim, vamos lá continuar a historinha aqui. 3, 2, 1, bora lá, começamos aqui a historinha.
Well, I promised the traveler a feast in the Fleuve Cendre, and I know how much you've been looking forward to it. Yeah! Feast, feast, feast! All right, if you insist, then prepare for some of the finest food of your lives. That's not a bad idea, actually. Wait, hold on. You need to finesse that further.
That was a dream come true. Paimon never knew Fontanian cuisine could be this good.
Why, Savannah? Why? Oh, nothing. I was just flicking through the original Codex de Boer. I wanted to see if there was anything I'm missing. Something I hadn't noticed before. That might explain why Savannah's so desperate to get her hands on it. But I can't find anything. It's just some hastily scribbled recipes in between diary entries from Modeste's adventuring phase. And most of it's not even legible anymore. The copy I gave her not only has all the recipes in full, but even includes my own private tips and notes from years of experience. Surely that's infinitely more useful than this old thing. Yeah, maybe. Still, it's just hard for me to imagine that the Savannah I knew would go to all this effort just to make a point. We were. At least I always thought we were. She was a little shy, but meticulous with everything and everyone she dealt with. She made a few mistakes here and there, but she was quick to correct them whenever they were pointed out. And she was always striving to improve as a chef. Those qualities are why I recommended her to replace me as head chef. I never imagined for 1 second that she'd cause Fiamma and the other staff so much grief. Well, I mean to an extent, of course. I pushed hard for her to get the role. And the idea that she turned out like this because of me is difficult to come to terms with. I wonder if this is how Modeste felt back when he was writing the Codex. Yes, with his good friend and co-founder of the Hotel de Boer, Savelli. The story goes that after Modeste unveiled his Gâteau de Boer and was hailed as a culinary genius, he was admired and adored by all. But his newfound fame slowly drove him and Savelli apart. Unlike Modeste, whose every new creation was an instant hit, Savelli seemed to face setbacks at every turn. Doors that would swing wide open started gossiping about Savelli, and their relationship between the two gradually soured. Everything came to an abrupt end when Modeste, still in the prime of his life and still hailed as a genius, suddenly died from an acute illness. And that was it. They neither had a decisive split, nor got the chance to properly reconcile. Their story just came to an end. One rumor had it that Savelli actually killed Modeste out of jealousy, even as the latter was hoping to make amends. Unlikely. It's a popular theory, but there's no real basis for it. At least there are no records of Savelli ever being convicted of a crime. Still, beyond a point, there's no way of knowing what truly happened in the past. All we can do is try to make sure the present doesn't quite go as badly. And that's why I have to win this contest tomorrow. Then get the truth about everything that's been going on, even if it means cracking her open like a nut. Really? Well, I like the confidence. Don't let me down tomorrow, then. You better bring your A game.
It's Cooking Contest Day! To the Hotel de Boer! Toot sweet!
Did you hear the news? Escoffier's coming back for a cooking contest!
Mesdames et messieurs, welcome one and all to the Hôtel de Bord and to this most exciting of cooking contests.
Savannah, I brought the original copy of the codex you asked for.
Monica? Huh.
In the interests of fairness, this contest will be conducted in a double-blind format. Once the dishes are complete, they will be sent to the back of the kitchen where they'll each receive a label. The labels will be placed out of sight underneath the plates, only to be revealed after the judges have sampled them and reached a final verdict. This is to ensure that no one will know which dish is made by which contestant.
As one of the judges, I promise to be fair and impartial.
When my meal got interrupted yesterday, I never thought this is how they'd make it up to me. Getting a seat on the judging panel is a pretty sweet deal.
Both contestants have taken their positions. Then, without further ado, let the Hôtel de Bord cooking contest commence!
Opa, aí pessoal, voltei aqui, vamos lá. Então, a gente tem que fazer esse desafio aqui. Faça alguns gâteaux de bord usando a patenteada culinária precisa de Escoffier. Você pode começar os temperos na mesa para temperar depois de obter os sabores da tábua de cores e a prensa a frio. Os dois tipos de sabores devem ser adicionados em quantidades suficientes para garantir a riqueza do sabor. Adicione o suficiente de ambos antes de equilibrar os sabores. E assim, esse prato ficará pronto,
Monica,
né?
Traveler, it's go time. Let's do this. Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Alphonse! Gaspar! Get to work! Do not disappoint me.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Looks like our two head chefs are raring to go. Like an oven on full blast, this competition is quickly heating up.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right? Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring, right?
Ah, tinha que fazer isso aqui, eu não tinha visto. Calma aí. Tá, tem que cortar isso aqui. Tem que bater aqui agora.
Chef, a little of this food. That should be enough flavoring. Now hurry up and balance the flavors.
Tá, vamos lá. Eu tenho que equilibrar, né? Eu tenho que ter que equilibrar esse aqui, velho. Tá, vamos tirar 3. Foi. O que tem que fazer? Um sabor frutado. Tem que ser um, né? Acho que foi. Tá, adicione temperos para você alcançar o equilíbrio entre os sabores. Tá, deixa eu tirar 5 aqui. Tira 2.
Stay calm, Escoffier. There has to be a way to balance the flavors. Just think.
Calma, deixa eu tentar de novo. Acho que eu fiz errado.
Even the best chef in the world can't flavor their food without prepping the flavoring.
Acho que é só
right?
mais um, né? Pronto, consegui equilibrar. Agora é só isso aí. Deu certo. Tá, vamos lá de novo, fazer o desafio aqui. Tem que pegar um tempero. Tem que bater nisso aqui, né? Pega o azul. Pega um azul. Deixa eu pegar um vermelho.
What are you playing at?
Pega um azul.
Oh, I taught you to do it! Stop horsing around!
Tá, agora o que tem que fazer? Adicione 2 porções frutado. Tá, alcancei 2 porções frutado. Tá, agora tem que ser 2 do outro.
What are you doing, Escoffier? Your team's waiting on you.
Pronto, consegui. Deu certo. Vamos para a próxima parte.
So, what do you think?
Tá, vamos lá. Agora a gente quer adicionar mais porção, né? Tá, deixa eu quebrar aqui. Pega uma porção, pega outra porção. Coloca isso aqui.
Escoffier is already on the final step of the recipe. Let's check on Savannah's progress.
Deixa eu bater aqui.
I think this flavor...
Vamos ver se é isso. Tá, adicione sabor frutado. Tá, o sabor frutado acho que é o vermelho, né? Então deixa eu tirar esse aqui. Não, eu apertei errado, calma. Esse aqui. Ó, já consegui um. Tá. Não, tá faltando. Tá, tem que equilibrar o sabor? Deixa eu equilibrar o sabor.
Enough!
Aperta aqui.
Useless! Both of you! Make like an egg and feed it!
Tá, vamos ver. Tá, falta 2 azul só. 2 azul, tem que ser o azul.
Wow! Is Savannah serious?
Calma, deixa eu
She really make up for lost
Pronto,
time
consegui,
working
achei.
alone?
É só pegar 2 azul. Consegui. Equilibrei.
You can't match Escoffier's talent.
I present to you Gâteau de Bourg. I was just exercising caution. I had to make sure everything was perfect.
Time's up! Contestants, please take your dishes to the back.
That guy was right. You really can't tell whose is whose just by looking at them.
We both made the same dish after all. For all her flaws, Savannah's a talented chef who earned my recommendation for good reason. She wouldn't screw up something as elementary as the cake's appearance.
Whoa! This is really rather good.
Wonderfully soft and fluffy. Beautifully sweet. This is a masterclass in how to make Gâteau de Bourg.
I would give this one at least 9.9 out of 10! Only because there's something about the flavor of the base. It's just a little different from the recipe I'm used to.
Huh? Really? I couldn't tell.
All right, on to gâteau number 2. I haven't had a single bite and already this aroma is a delight to the senses.
I have a feeling that this gâteau will be a gâteau for the ages.
How exciting! I'm gonna dig in. I think maybe someone got a little carried away when they were adding the sugar.
Not just the sugar, it's the flavors too. This is all over the place. Who made this?
It appears the decision is unanimous. This gâteau is far below the standard we would expect.
And Paimon thought this might actually be close. Turns out she can't bake to save her life.
Something's not right here. Savannah may not be perfect, but no way is she this sloppy.
I can now declare that the creator of the first gâteau has won this cooking contest. Now, all that remains is to turn the plate over and reveal the chef's name underneath.
What? It's Savannah?
No! That's impossible!
Hey, Savannah! You cheated, didn't you? You cheater! What did you do? Oh, you swapped the plates, didn't you?
Well, someone's a sore loser. These cakes went from the oven to the judge's table without me ever laying a finger on them. And everyone here can attest to that. It was Van Gem's staff who labeled them in the kitchen. If you're looking to accuse someone, why don't you start with them? Isn't it more likely that Escoffier's lost her edge? Oh, or maybe her assistants let the team down.
You take that back!
Judges, we demand a rematch. That's enough. What's done is done. As head chef, or rather as team lead, I take responsibility for the dish I served. Whatever went wrong and however it happened, I should have spotted it. Savannah, I didn't think you'd stoop this low just to beat me in a bake-off. What happened to your chef's pride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
If you want the Codex de Boer that much, you can have it. Escoffier, no! But you must promise me that you'll apologize to Firma and compensate him for everything you put him through.
It's a little late to be negotiating terms. The contest is over and I won. That means you owe me the Codex, and I owe you nothing.
Look, Savannah, you may have fooled everyone else, but can you really fool yourself? What I'm offering is to accept defeat without looking to expose what you've done. But only on the condition that you promise to stop putting so much pressure on your staff.
Fine. I'll treat this as your final handover of duties from one head chef to the next. So, will that be all, ex-head chef? Or is there any other unfinished business you'd like to leave in my hands?
I didn't mean that to be a scolding from your former boss, just a word of advice from a fellow chef and a friend. But I don't know if you're even open to input from other people anymore.
I know what I'm doing. I don't need your advice.
All right, fine. I'm glad to hear it.
Escoffier!
The Codex de Boer! Finally. Now, at long last, I will succeed.
Escoffier? How could you let her get away with this?
Yeah! The Codex is a souvenir of your time here!
It's alright. It was just a bake-off, not the end of the world. I'm already over it. Besides, it's not all bad. She agreed to compensate Firma. That's mission accomplished for the Spina. Honestly, if I'd have known that giving her the codex would solve everything, I'd have just done that in the first place. I mean, why bother with the whole cooking contest? It's such a waste of time and energy.
No. No! This doesn't make any sense!
Huh?
That's it? No secrets, no nothing? I don't believe it! This can't be happening.
Oh, Chef Savannah!
Savannah?
It's nothing life-threatening. Just a lot of pent-up stress and exhaustion.
Oh, I knew it.
Pent-up stress?
The truth is, however hard she might be on the rest of us, the person she puts the most pressure on is herself.
Yes, there are nights when she makes us redo things over and over into the wee hours. But for her, it's every night. She'll hide herself away in the kitchen, working on new techniques and recipes, and only realize how long she's been at it when we come to work the following morning.
But why? Why would she do that?
Our best guess is, she doesn't want to be seen as less of a chef than Escoffier.
And there it is.
Even so, that's no excuse for taking her anger out on the rest of you.
Yeah, and it's definitely no excuse for cheating in the cooking contest.
About that, we honestly have no idea how she did it. We were focused on our own work the whole time, like she asked.
Leone and Algalia were the ones I tasked with labeling the cakes. I've already spoken to them both. They're at a loss to explain it too.
Not to worry. Come on, join me downstairs. I'll interrogate the guilty gâteau myself.
Well, how is it? Have you figured out what it was?
Oh, this is aggravated assault on my palate. I'd rather eat wet cement than this.
Is it really that bad? I made sure to taste test it before it was served.
Oh, relax. This isn't your cake. Savannah never switched the plates. The offending flavors are coming from in between the icing and the cake base, which means someone tampered with it while it was being made. Or in other words, we have a traitor in our midst.
I'm sorry. I was forced into it. It was Chef Savannah. She said if I didn't cooperate, she would...
Calm down, Monica. I've already accepted defeat. And if I wanted retribution, I would have brought this up when the results were announced. Whatever's going on with you, just spill the beans. There's no need to hide it.
I was the one who caused the food safety incident that one time.
Food safety? Wait, you mean the Lumaline incident? So you procured the contaminated ingredients?
I think so. Savannah and I were on procurement that day. I didn't check everything as well as I should have, and so I let contaminated ingredients make it into the kitchen. But I swear I didn't do it on purpose. I had no idea there was an issue with them, and I didn't know it would end up with Escoffier going to jail. But the last thing I expected was for Savannah to use it as leverage to blackmail me with...
This is crazy! So Savannah pressured you into sabotaging Escoffier's cake by threatening to expose your secret if you didn't?
I know, it's terrible. I'm so sorry. I was so scared. The thought of Chef Escoffier finding out that I put her in jail, it made me freeze up with fear. I thought Escoffier would hate my guts if she ever found out, and yet somehow that's ended up in me doing something even worse.
Seriously? All this fuss over a little slip-up?
Huh?
Firstly, it's not like I got a life sentence. I did my stint at the fortress, and now I'm out. And secondly, I had my own reasons for leaving the Hotel de Boer. This wasn't the only factor. So, you don't need to feel ashamed or frightened or anything like that. Any more than you need to add butter when you're pan-searing foie gras.
You mean, you forgive me?
Oh, well, I'm not saying you don't have to take responsibility for your mistakes. You should tell Vanagem to mark down your performance for the past few months. Then do some digging and find out exactly where those contaminated ingredients came from. Sure, you've made mistakes, but now's the time to fix them. Understood?
Understood.
Good. Now, back to Savannah. What about the original codex would compel her to resort to blackmail?
I have my suspicions. Not that I've got any proof to back them up, though.
Ugh. What happened to me?
I've overheard some customers murmuring about how the Hotel de Boer hasn't been the same since Escoffier left. They think our menu doesn't taste like it used to, especially our signature items.
Now that you mention it, I noticed it during the contest too. I couldn't put my finger on it, but the flavor seems subtly different from how it used to be. But the difference was so small, I'm sure no one would notice it besides our most loyal customers and true dessert connoisseurs.
Still, as head chef, it's easy to see why Savannah would get so hung up on it. So many times I've seen her make the cake base over and over again, late into the night, determined to match Escoffier's version. But something's always slightly off every time.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Never really gave it much thought, though.
Thinking back on it now, it's clear that Savannah's been in a downward spiral ever since Escoffier left.
She wants to prove that she can fill Escoffier's shoes. That's gotta be the reason. But after countless setbacks, she's getting more and more unhinged. And at some point along the way, she switched from doubting herself to doubting Escoffier.
Doubting Escoffier? For what?
Yeah, it would explain why she was bent on getting the original at any cost. She must have thought Escoffier purposely omitted key details from her recipes when she copied them out. Also, she could retain her place as the #1 chef in Fontaine, the only one privy to all the secrets of the trade.
Oh, for goodness sake, what a stupid idea.
Of course. Then she finally got the codex only to discover that the secret recipes she's been pining for don't exist at all. Seeing how utterly wrong she was must have been a real shock to the system. It probably brought up everything at once. It overwhelmed her, and she passed out.
There's still one thing that doesn't make sense, though. If Savannah had the real recipe all along, how come it tasted different? She might not be on the same level as Escoffier, but surely after like 50 attempts, she'd get it right one of those times.
You'd think so, but geniuses like Escoffier are in a league of their own.
New head chef, you say? What's her name? I don't think I've heard of her before.
I wonder, can the Hotel de Boer keep its edge without a Escoffier at the helm?
This tastes different from last time. Is it undercooked or something? Ugh! Take this. It's a copy of the Codex de Boer. From now on, you will be its keeper. Don't listen to the doubters. If I say you can do it, then you can do it. Even if you don't believe in yourself, at least believe in me. Hey, did you hear me? Once I'm gone, the restaurant is all yours.
All this time, I've been blaming other people, but maybe I'm the problem.
I sincerely apologize for putting everyone out. Savannah's awake now, but I don't think she's ready to speak to anyone yet. Let's give her the day to calm down. I'm sure you'll have the chance to talk everything out tomorrow.
In that case, I'll go and update Verma and his family. I wonder what he'll make of all this.
So, we'll come back tomorrow then.
That was a long day. I think I've earned myself a sweet treat when I get back home.
Oh, nice! Macarons? Or are you gonna switch it up this time?
Traveler, how much do you know about the snow-winged goose? Every year, they migrate long distances in search of a suitable home. There's always one goose at the front whose job is to lead the flock. Fontaine poets often use the image of that goose to explore the ideas about leadership and genius. They usually imagine someone who's a cut above the rest, a model of perfection. But what those poets don't know is that during a migration, the lead goose is always changing. Once the lead goose shows signs of fatigue, it retreats to the back of the flock and allows another goose to take its place. So the truth is that leadership, with all the responsibilities and pressures that come with it, it's something that everyone takes turns at. But we humans completely miss that fact when we project our own ideas about social hierarchies onto them. I guess what I'm saying is, I don't buy into this notion that there's some sort of gulf between normal and genius. Cooking is a science, not magic. Given the same ingredients, same recipe, and same environment, I see no reason why two different people shouldn't be able to create the exact same dish. Of course, some people have a more sensitive palate than others, and some people are just born bolder or more conscientious. But these are all variables that can be accounted for with time and practice. I'd have no reason to expect so much from others if I believed that perfection can only come from the hands of a genius. The only reason I hold people to high standards is because, well, Okay, I've made up my mind. I'm gonna get to the bottom of why Savannah failed. And come tomorrow, I'll give her the scolding of her life, pointing out all the mistakes she's made along the way. Then she'll finally see the error of her ways.
Check on her? Why? What? Oh no. Escoffier, are you alright?
I'm fine. Just need to get some more coffee in me. Huh? What happened to my coffee? Did I really drink it all? Alright. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Well, there's cooking facilities here. Or we could just grab a cup of coffee from Cafe Lutece, but either way, hurry!
Coffee. Need coffee. Strong, bitter coffee beans, transformed through expert brewing and balanced perfectly with rich, creamy steam milk. Wonderful. I feel much better now. Thank you so much, Traveler and Paimon.
Glad to hear it, but make sure to catch up on your sleep when you get the chance.
I think I figured out where the problem lies. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I don't know whether to laugh or cry.
Wait, what investigation? What are you guys talking about?
I'll save it for when everyone else gets here. It's so stupidly small, I can't believe it's caused so much drama. Yes, except my failures were stepping stones to success.
Escoffier! Have you seen Savannah?
Huh? No, not since yesterday. Why? What's wrong?
After seeing her home yesterday, we were all a little concerned about how she was doing. So, I dropped by her place early this morning to check on her. Only to find an empty house with the doors wide open. I left Alphonse and the others to keep watch at her home, while I checked the Hôtel de Bord. I'm worried something bad might have happened. If she's not here, then where could she be?
Boss, Escoffier, bad news.
Alphonse? You're supposed to be keeping watch at Savannah's house.
We were, but then, just after you left, we found this stuff in her house.
Oh, looks like a map with a bunch of random places circled. What does it mean?
Wait a second. This feels familiar. I'm sure these places are all connected somehow. Of course! From the Codex! They're all places that Yeah, but... I don't understand. The adventure logs in the Codex are too fragmented to be of any use. How come this map shows all the missing details?
The Codex de Bord? Then, this place marked in red out at sea. Could that be the fabled birthplace of Gâteau de Bord?
Seriously? So now she set her sights on finding the original recipe and beating Escoffier that way? Geez, Savannah. Anything to overcome a gâteau plateau, huh?
Ugh, idiot! Does she have a death wish? Those ruins are thousands of years old.
Hold on, there's more. Besides the map, we also found these letters.
It was you. You let the Lumaline through, didn't you? It sounds like a threat letter. Does this mean that Savannah was responsible for the safety incident? And not Monica after all?
Retrieve the codex by any means necessary. So the cooking contest and the cheating. Someone else was behind her pulling the strings?
She's keeping the true recipe to herself.
Ugh, this is all such a mess. Paimon needs a second to process this. First, we thought that Savannah forced Monica to cheat in the cooking contest. But now, it turns out that someone else forced Savannah.
You're finally here. Of course. I should have put 2 and 2 together as soon as I read your threat letter. The food safety incident, the demand for a cooking contest, the instruction to blackmail Monica, even the suggestion that Escoffier was keeping secrets from me. It was all part of your grand plan, wasn't it, Monica?
We should be getting close to the spot marked on the map.
Of all the stupid things she's done, this really takes the cake. The moment we find her, I'm gonna curse the living daylights out of her.
Opa, aí pessoal, voltei. Então, aqui a gente vai eu só vou estar mostrando como tá provavelmente a Escoffier aqui no teste, né? Vou mostrar pra vocês aqui rapidinho como ela tá no teste. A Escoffier ela foi feita pra jogar com o Permafreeze mesmo, né? Principalmente na equipe do Neuvillette aqui do Permafreeze que eu montei. Vamos lá, a Escoffier tá no nível 90, com 2138 de ataque, 105,76, nossa, tá com muita taxa. 158 de dano, 135 de carga e com esse de dano Quarl. Então ela usa o cálice de Quarl mesmo. Ela tá usando a arma dela assim, Sinfonista de Aromas, que é o nome da arma dela. Ela tá usando a trupe dourada completa, tem ela C3, ó. E o talento tudo no máximo possível. Mas enfim, a minha equipe aqui também tá bem forte, né? Vou mostrar aqui, ó. Vamos lá mostrar a minha equipe aqui, começando pelo Arconte, né? O Vente. O Vente tá com 2006 de ataque, 133, 44, 162, 166 de recarga e 61 de dano anemo. Eu tô usando a Harpa Celestial e Fundamento 1 nível 90. E tá usando Sombra Verde completo. Eu tenho o Vente C0 e o talento dele tá 6, 9 e 10. Foi no máximo possível. O principal do Vente é o Supremo. Aí de artefato aqui pro Vente, o artefato dele é o Sombra Verde mesmo completo, não? Aí eu tô todos os substatus, ó, que o dele é taxa, dano, recarga e proficiência. Aí eu tô usando uma areia de ataque, um cálice de dano anemo que tá meio flopado só com recarga e taxa. E por último uma tiara de dano crítico que tá muito bom pra ele, né? Que o ideal dele é esse mesmo, a tiara de dano com taxa, recarga e proficiência. Que são esses 6 atributos, né? A gente vai estar usando pro 20 aí, ó. Na verdade 4, né? Que é taxa, dano, recarga e proficiência. Esse 0,20. Vou te mostrar lá ela. Ela tá 40k de vida, 1171 de ataque, 36, 101, 169 e sem mãos elemental. Ela tá com a taxa de dano bem extrema porque meus artefatos estão meio flopados, né? Ela tá usando cruzamento Fovicense, firmamento 5, nível 90. Tá usando Melelite firmes completo. Eu tenho ela C5 e o talento dela tá 1, 12, 12. Todo o máximo possível. O principal dela é a habilidade mental e depois o supremo. Aí de artefato aqui pro lado dela é um Melelite, né? Completo. Que são esses 3 substatus, né? Que é taxa, dano e vida, porcentagem. A área dela é de vida, o cálice é de vida e a tiara de vida é tudo com o mesmo substatus, né? Que é vida com taxa de dano. Aí se quiser colocar o ataque ou a recarga, dá pra pôr também como substatus ali, terciário pra ela, né? Agora vamos pro próximo personagem, que é o próximo arconte, que é o outro arconte, no caso, que é a Furina. A Furina tá 41.356,63, acho que já tá, de vida, né? 1098 de ataque, 59,163, 207 de recarga e sem mãos elemental. Ela tá usando a espada pútrida de finalmente 5 nível 90. Ela tá usando também a trupe dourada completa. Sem constelações, o centro dela tá 10/10. Quer dizer, 6/10/10, né? Que é o principal dela é o supremo e depois a habilidade mental. Aí de artefato aqui pra ela, o principal dela é o trupe dourada mesmo completa, né? Eu tô com os substanciais na flor, os substanciais quase na pluma, tô com a areia de vinda, cálice de vinda e tiara de dano crítico. Que é as peças dela aqui, ó. O dela é vida, que é vida com taxa, dano e recarga, que é os 6 atributos. Esses 3. Tanto na areia quanto no cálice, né? Aí só na tiara dela tem que ser tiara de dano. Aí a tiara dela tem que ser de dano com taxa, vida e recarga. Vou poder dizer a ela. Aqui tá faltando só ataque por estágio, que eu tô com pouco ataque, né? Que eu não peguei tanto ataque no substatus, mas enfim, vamos pro próximo personagem, que é o Neuvillette. O Neuvillette também tá 40k de vida, 454, 1403 de ataque, 119 de proficiência, 38, 264, 110 e 76 de dano hydro. Ele tá usando o rito do fluxo eterno, fundamento 1 nível 90, tá usando também o caçador das sombras completo. Tem ele C1, talento 10/10, que é o principal dele é tudo aqui, que ele é tudo no Neuvillette. Aí de artefato pra ele é o caçador das sombras completo, né, com substatus, que é taxa, dano e vida. É o mesmo substatus da Furina. A área dele é de vinda, o cálice dele é bônus de dano hydro, com taxa, dano e vinda. E por último a tiara dele é uma tiara de dano, que é o ideal. Uma tiara de dano com taxa crítica e vida, que seria uma tiara de dano com taxa, vida e ataque porcentagem, que é o último atributo. Poder zerar o Neuvillette. Vamos lá fazer o desafio. Bora. Bora fazer esse desafio da batalha aqui. Ué. O que aconteceu?
Whoa! This place looks like an underwater restaurant, doesn't it? Suddenly, the idea of an adventure chef finding secret ingredients makes a whole lot more sense.
I think Modest's codex mentioned this place. A public bath from the time of Remoria. So yeah, definitely the kind of place that would have served food and drinks.
Huh? Some blubber beasts have come to join the party? How did they get here?
That could be easier said than done. Something's blocking the entrance.
Well, did Modeste mention it in his adventure logs by any chance? They must have gotten through somehow.
Good point. Yes, that's right. It's coming back to me now.
We prepared a banquet for our shy little guests, and as the food flowed away on the current, they broke into a joyous chorus, and the path opened to us.
We have to feed the blubber beasts? With what? There's nothing here besides rocks, romaritime flowers, and lumitoile. See, this is why you should always bring snacks. You never know when you're gonna need them. Now we have to head all the way back to shore and grab some.
There is no time for that. Romaritime flowers and lumitoile will have to do. They may not look appetizing to us, but who knows? They could be blubber beast delicacies.
Wait, we're seriously gonna try this?
A dash of frosting! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Rah! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Rah! Cha!
Beasts or not, are we sure this stuff is edible?
Trust me, they'll love it.
Oh, good question. If we try to put them in the pool, we'll probably just scare them off again, and who knows how long they'll be gone.
Yes, we can't afford to wait for them to double back. Oh, what was it that Modeste said again? Something about the food flowing away on the current.
Hey, be careful! Scare them off too much and they might not come back again. Wow, it's really singing! It must taste better than Paimon thought!
A little amuse boost! The track's turned back again. Oh, so annoying.